The Giants, though, I saw the video of them running laps, but I have not. And the media told the story of what Joe Judge was saying while they were being told to run hundos and also do push-ups. I don't think I've seen a video of the fight yet, but a lot of reports said that Daniel Jones was at the bottom of the pile. AJ, what the fuck is going on in the NFL?
Well, I would assume he was in there trying to pull some guys off or do something, and I doubt anyone jacked him. I'm sure he tripped over some feet, went down. And if you get underneath some O&D linemen, good luck getting up.
Yeah, and they got their own business to settle before they get up and worry about you being underneath them. There is something that they have had brewing for some time that they don't care if they're on top of a car, turf, or Daniel Jones. They are going to have to handle that. But the interesting thing is you would assume that nothing was happening to Daniel Jones fight-wise because the quarterback is always taken care of. That's why whenever you heard a story of a quarterback getting knocked out in the locker room one time, it was wild to think about. Yeah. When you read from one of the media reports that Daniel Jones at the bottom of the pile, my thought is I don't know why he's on the ground either, though. Fucking don't be on the ground, Daniel Jones. I don't know why you're under the ground.
Stay out of there. Quarterback should stay out of any of those fights.
Yeah, and if a fumble happens in training camp, by the way, I appreciate that you want to jump on it. Get the fuck out of there, because guess what? You might be breaking somebody's ankle. That is when you're diving on a pile like that. So I don't know why Daniel Jones was reported at the bottom of the pile by Ralph Vachon. Vachon, SNY.
Boom.
Hey, Ralph Vachon has got a good view on that thing. Hey, Nick, whenever you hear something like Ralphie Vachon covering something, what is your immediate thought there, Franklin Nicholas Morales Donner? Microphone's off.
Oh,
this guy stinks. Yeah, microphone's off.
It brings a lot of pride.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Vachon is getting to the bottom of it, literally looking at the bottom of the pile saying, who's down there? Shit, is that a red jersey down there? Is that Daniel Jones? Nobody else reported that, by the way. A lot of people were talking about the situation. Vachon was the only guy that said at the bottom of this whole thing, franchise quarterback that they took number in the first round that everybody lost their mind to.
Well, yeah, a lot of people, when they cover sports, want to be fanboys and fangirls and paint a big rosy picture. Vachon is going to tell you the truth. You may not want to hear Dan Jones is down under the pile, but Vachon is going to tell you, hey, big Dan Jones, he's under that pile. He could get hurt. Shouldn't be fighting a training camp.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, he's probably threw in a couple of those at the end of that, too. There was always a little bit of a, do you agree in the tone of Italians? Because they're not asking, but they're making you feel as if at least it matters your opinion, which is beautifully shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's one of those, it's like we do care about it's Baron Gutekunst.
Oh, jeez.
Maybe if Gutekunst had a little bit more Italian in him, like I have, 0.01%, he would say things to Aaron Rodgers and at the end even act a little bit like he cared about the incoming opinion.
Yeah, that'd be nice if we could just get a couple. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean.
If there were more guys like Vacchiano covering the Packers, Gutekunst would be at the bottom of the pile.
Yeah, I do believe that is the case. I'm not sure how many Italians are in Green Bay. Probably not a lot.
Not very many.
Which is a shame, by the way, because when the Italians show up, the food gets better. All right, questions get asked. And there might be some other side effects that happen as well.
Shady.
There might be some
shady activities. Is that what you're alluding to?
Status E. We don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Dan Jones did say he ran in there because he's part of the offense, by the way. I don't know if it was confirmed that he was on the bottom, but he said, I'm part of the offense. I got to run in there to support my guys.
Okay, so I actually kind of respect it, I guess, that Dan Jones is going in there to swing, but there's nobody on the defense that's going to swing at the quarterback, ever. So
There's no way. Yeah, if you do good, there's no situation where anyone would ever, if you have a guy in a fight on the field swinging at your quarterback, then that quarterback should not be your quarterback.
And by the way, that guy, whoever throws the punch, he's gone. It doesn't matter. Hey, see you later.
Or he does everybody a favor, and everyone's like, good, we've been wanting someone to hit this dude for a while.
He stepped in there. What do you want me to do? He fucking came into it. He red jersey, no jersey.
I was protecting myself. Thought he was going to hit me.
Did you see him throw? I mean, he got a strong arm. I had to get him before I get. Why did you grab his helmet and start? Well, I just wanted to be safe. I didn't want to hurt my fingers. You know what I mean? I had to hit his face. What if Daniel Jones actually got into a fight? There's normally a lot of. Okay, there's a couple people in the middle normally going, and then maybe outside you'll find somebody that gets after it. But normally, just like in hockey, it's a lot of grabbing, a lot of shoving. Hey. A lot of that, I believe you've been in more than I have. So is Daniel Jones just in there scrapping it up a little bit? And how does that end?
He's one of the guys. I mean, I get it. Quarterbacks will jump in there, I think, and just try to keep the peace. I'm sure he was doing that, and he feels like, hey, if one of my dudes is in a fight, same thing. Like if an O-lineman gets in a fight, then the whole O-line gets in a fight. They all better be in it. That's probably how he feels.
Yeah, and I respect it. And Joe Judge probably likes it too. But he had to immediately think upon that red jersey getting into the fight going, all right, everybody fucking start running some laps. Dana, our quarterback's fighting now? Like, what do we got going on? Maybe that's why he got so livid, is because potentially – but you got to like that out of that bunker mentality that he's in. So it's kind of a gift and a curse. It's always been, and Frank Reich said this. Frank Reich said, I'm kind of old school, you know? And the old school mentality is there isn't actually a training camp until a fight happens, because that's kind of how it goes. He said he's against it now. He does not like it. It's the new thing. There's a lot of people on the internet saying Joe Judge has lost the team if they're already fighting each other. It's almost like I feel like the team's maybe lost if they're not, because it's such like a sign of like, okay, they're invested, they care, they're disturbed. But then on the opposite side, it's like, might hurt yourself, might hurt your teammate. Why are you spending energy this way? So I'm kind of torn on it, but I do not think it means that Joe Judge has lost the team because they're
not even close.
Yeah.
I don't think it means anything remotely close. We don't know what it means exactly, but I'm sure Joe Judge is thinking, all right, hey, good. I'm glad these guys have some fire. There's some guys full of piss and vinegar, but then this has to be it. We cannot let this continue and linger for the rest of camp.
AJ, you and I can have this conversation. Not a lot of people can. And we run the risk of looking like assholes and douchebags, which is my everyday. I'm sorry I'm dragging you into this.
It's okay. I'm okay with that.
I saw a lot of people running those laps, Joe Judge in that video.
Yeah.
And I heard people are doing the push-ups. And I immediately thought to myself, like, Joe Judge is a lucky motherfucker that there isn't some vet over there. And I ain't doing it. You know, all you need is one. All you need is one person in there that is of notability at all. And you're talking about an entire potential situation there. All you need is one. We had a couple speed drills that were being introduced in the offseason that seemed to be a bit ridiculous and repetitive and seemed to be a bit much. And there was one particular running back that is still in the league somehow. Okay, who was asked to do one of these silly games. Okay, and we all were thinking that there's no way we should be doing what we were being asked to do. It was maybe day one, or maybe it was the second day, because we did something. It was a new drill, agility drill, but it was kind of like, we're running the risk of something happening here. We all felt this, right? So then in the locker room, we all have the conversation about the new drill that was introduced. Then day two, it's time for that drill again. We had all forgotten about it. And then one player was asked to do it or whatever. And that's going to be a no for me, dog. And it was, I never seen the drill again. That drill was gone. That drill was absolutely gone. Joe Judge saying, hey, everybody run a lap, everybody get down, do push-ups and everything like that. The fact that the team is doing it, I think that bodes very well for how Joe Judge is viewed by that locker room, as opposed to the opposite, where all you need is one person to be like, nah, I ain't gonna do that, boss. That sounds like this sounds like some high school bullshit that we're doing right now. This ain't gonna help us. This ain't gonna help us beat the Washington football team. Okay, this ain't that's what some people could do. I'm not saying they should, or I have been a person who's done it. I'm just saying, like, there's a chance that could happen. The fact that it didn't was very surprising to me, AJ. I don't know about you.
No, I think it's there's always the risk of one or two stragglers that aren't going to do it, and then some young guys see that and they're like, well, I'm not going to do it then either. And if you're the head coach, good luck getting that back. That's going to be tough, especially in a public forum when you have local media that are filming too. That'd be making it even tougher.
I wonder if Joe thought at all before he told them to run a lap, like, who won't? Will somebody know? Because there's cameras. There's a lot of cameras on there. And if he goes, everybody run a fucking lap, and 20 people are like, you run a fucking lap.
What if couldn't you see, I'm sure you've been a part of teams where you could see the whole D-line just be like, nope. Just take their helmets off and take a knee.
All right. Well, good luck out there. I'll see you guys out. Are we ending practice or not? Like,